Mpbl playoffs.
One thing I learned is never choose your opponent kung sino yung manalo sa kanila kasi they have their own strengths and weaknesses. So it's a very tight battle right now. It's very physical. So maganda panoorin.
Baseline inbound, Gabo. They go to Villarias. He will drive. Pilot with some magic in the air.
Top team in the Southern Division, the Zamboanga Families Brand Sardines. They have been dominating the league with one of the league's leading MVP frontrunners in JC Marcelino. Small but terrible. They face a hungry but battle-tested foe in the Bacolod Bingo Plus. Despite being depleted, they have tried to make it work and made it work. They have had Bacolod Bingo Plus now going up against the Zamboanga Families Brand Sardines, the lower seed in Bacolod, taking on the best team in the Southern Division, the Zamboanga Families Brand Sardines. This is the Maharlik Pilipinas Basketball League Playoffs 2022, and we are here coming to you live from the Mayor Vitaliano D. Agad Coliseum at the heart of Zamboanga City, the Sardines capital of the Philippines, in the city of flowers. JC Marcelino, who scored 24 points, had 11 assists and 11 rebounds, going up against Marky, the heart and soul of this Bacolod squad in this main game dito sa ating Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League Playoffs. This is day 2 of your division semifinals and day 1 of your Southern Division semifinals. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Havik Balanya, joined by Coach JB Gayosa. Coach, we experienced the first game earlier on. Any bold expectations for this second matchup?
Well, as an analyst, the only thing I should say is the game will favor the Family Sardines team of Zamboanga. However, I understand the material that the Bacolod team has. So I can't really count them out. Situations lang might favor Zamboanga in tonight's game. This is what you and I are gonna end up watching and enjoy this next 24 minutes. 48 minutes.
Tama. Ito na nga yung fireworks na inaabangan natin na baka nga mangyari in today's matchup. Of course, we also have the third member of our broadcast panel, Ms. Mika Abisamis, bringing the action from the sidelines. Mika, how are you?
This Zamboanga crowd is proving to be one of the most passionate fans of the South. And as we speak, this Coliseum is even being filled up even more. And if we talk about these two teams, we all know that they have been familiar with the situation. They have been in this so many times. So for me, it's just a matter of who wants it more. Have you, Coach Jake?
Thank you so much, Mika. We'll definitely find out who wants it more as this game progresses. And of course, abangan na natin yung mga stories ni Mika na I'm sure will be very exciting and very interesting. We are live on 1PH and of course on our Facebook and YouTube channels for those of you who cannot loop on over dito sa Vitaliano Agad Coliseum dito sa Zamboanga City. First, before we delve into our pregame discussion, let's check out our social media interactions sa ating Mpbl shoutouts. First, galing kay Daniel Carlos Mendiola. Go, go, go for the win. Zamboanga Families Brand Sardines. Good luck. At sa idol ko, Japs Bautista. First 5 nyo, Shurian, panalo tayo. Japs Bautista scored 11 points in their last game. Came alive after a long drought.
Oo nga, todo shoutout ang mga fans ng Zamboanga. Here are some more.
Sabi naman ni Daniel Arboleda, I'm solid support my friend. Quiz Idol Master Alvin Alday Alday. Good luck sa Game 1 of the Mpbl Semifinals. God bless. Kuya, ito si Alvin Alday has also been playing well at that guard spot para kay Coach Alex Angeles.
Oo nga, talaga naman maaasahan talaga itong mga players na binabanggit. Another fan shoutout.
Fedangli Isara Hadil says, my favorite sardines, go, go, go. And obviously, that's the Zamboanga Families Brand Sardines.
Oo nga, napakasarap.
Oo naman, at syempre, itong sina Wing Barnido naman, sabi niya, congrats Bacolod Bingo Plus, good luck sa semis, and very equal adulation from both sides of the fence for the Bacolod Bingo Plus in the Zamboanga Families Brand Sardines League. Let's take a look at our updated playoff bracket, which kanina nga nagsimula na ang Southern Division is semifinals where Rizal lost to the favorite, the Batangas City Embassy Chill, and yesterday sa ating North Division na nagsimula sa Palayan City, Nueva Ecija won over Pampanga, and Pasig City lost to the San Juan Knights.
Great games nung isang araw, kahapon. And then tonight, nag-umpisa na kaninang umaga, kaninang first game. What is wrong with me? Excited for the second game.
Oh, definitely. Well, I'm sure this will be another exciting matchup that will be waiting for us to happen dito sa ating second game dito sa Vitaliano Agad Coliseum. Let's discuss the previous games of both of these squads. Bacolod winning over Gensan. This was an upset kasi ang Bacolod, they were the lower seed between these two squads, and Gensan just faltered in the end in that deciding game 3, which was decided by 4 points.
True enough, upset, yes. Everybody expected Gensan to take this series, but Bacolod just pulled off a lot of surprises that I don't think Gensan was ready for. Napakagandang outcome. Ito makikita natin field goal percentages. Bacolod with 38.5, 36.5 po naman para sa Gensan. Free throw shoots, 73%. Mas matakas pa nga ang Gensan, but they couldn't really get their outside scoring to go. And then, turnovers, 14 apiece for each one, but Bacolod was actually able to capitalize on more points of turnovers.
And despite the 53 bench points by the Gensan Warriors, that wasn't enough to counteract the attack of the Bacolod Bingo Plus, who got contributions from numerous key players. Let's talk naman about the last game of the Zamboanga Families Brand Sardines compared to Bacolod, where they were extended to a game 3. Itong Zamboanga did not take any chances and took care of business in 2 games.
Well, Zamboanga talagang extremely dominant dito sa series na ito. They were just outplaying ang Muntinlupa team in all facets of the game. Here we see the complete dominance, 40% percentage scoring. We got 25 assists compared to 15, 44 points in the paint, dominant inside and outside as well, but a lot of that were the fast break points. Bench scoring, yes, mataas, 54-19, but wasn't really enough tulad nung unang pinakita nating game.
And actually, Muntinlupa was down by as much as 19 points, but they used a strong fourth quarter run to make a game out of it. Kaya lang Zamboanga just got a good finishing kick and ended up with the victory and eventually winning the series in game 2. Let's talk about our player matchup for this one. We have Alwin All-Day Alday, who had 14 points, 4 out of 11 from the field. And of course, one of our leading front runners in the MVP race, itong si JC Marcelino, who scored a triple-double, 24, 11, and 11 in that close-out game against the Muntinlupa Cagers.
Yes, experience versus the young star, up-and-coming young star. Makikita natin average scoring, 17 for JC, 10.8 for Alwin Anday. 40% scoring for Alwin Anday with 53 naman para kay JC Marcelino. Everything else basically halos pareho lang. Assist per game 4.5, lumalamang. Despite scoring for JC Marcelino, nakakapag-assist pa siya sa kanyang mga teammates.
That's right, JC, between these two players is the more multi-dimensional player compared to Alwin Alday, and malalaman natin ang kanilang mga expectations and reactions to this game. They are with Mika Abisamis. Go ahead, please.
Maraming salamat at kasama ko nga ngayon ang key players of this ballgame na si Alwin Adlay and si JC Marcelino. Alwin, mas mahaba yung naging series nyo, mas nagkaroon sila ng pahinga, pero nasa inyo naman ang momentum.
Hindi namin, kasi sa panalo, tapos na yun eh. Parang iniisip nga momentum namin, pero sa kabila naman, mas nakapagpahinga sila ng matagal. Pero parang balance lang talaga. Ang gagawin lang namin ngayon, gawin yung mga tinuro ng mga coaches namin, nung past practices namin. And ayun, sana makuha namin at the end of the game.
Maraming salamat. Ayun nga, JC, no, mas nagkaroon sila ng momentum, pero iba rin yung nakapagpahinga. Nakapag-conserve kayo ng energy. At balita ko, marami daw nag-celebrate ng birthday no October, so sunod-sunod daw ang mga dinners.
Oo nga parang ang bumigat eh. Pero yun, siyempre, inaano rin namin sa practice namin. Nakapag-prepare din naman kami. Mas mahaba yung preparation namin kaysa sa kanila kasi sila nag-do or die pa eh. Kami, maaga kaming nagpahinga. Kaya ayun, siguro yung advantage namin, nakapag-preparasyon kami ng mahaba.
Maraming salamat at good luck sa inyong dalawa, JC Marcelino and of course Alwin Adlay. Now I turn you over to Richard Campos for the start of this ball game.
¿Qué tal? Preparado ya va ustedes. Mayor Agan Vitaliano Coliseum, Zamboanga City. We are live at Mpbl FB page, Signal Play, and 1PH. This is game one of the best of three semifinals between Bacolod Bingo Plus and your Zamboanga Family's Brand Sardines. On the OK Bet, Manny Pacquiao's Mpbl 4th season, presented by Extreme. Let's carry on first. The starting five for Bacolod Bingo Plus. One guard number 9, Aaron Heruta. Playing center number 12, Raymond Ilagan. Starting at guard number 17, Alwin Alday. Forward number 29, John Nermal. And the other forward number 83, Mark Yee. Bacolod Bingo Plus is led by Alex Angeles. His assistants are RB Mangahas, Francis Cruz, and Jigs Guadamore.
Wala pang buzzer, di mo to mapapasuko. Lalaban ng lalaban, hindi pa titiklop to. Pag lumiyad mga kamay, sure ball na bibingo.
And now, man alboroto kita, Zamboangueños. Let's meet your Zamboanga Family's Brand Sardines! First on the deck is a versatile forward number 1, Tositan Cinco.
Are you ready? Zamboanga City.
A combo guard and a great defensive player, number 2, Chino Mosqueda. Towering his power, the Dragon, number 8, Jamo Egilos.
Muslimano, Kristiyano, family's brand. Ang sigaw ng karamihan lang pagsubok may daan.
The airbender, number 16, Irvin Palencia.
Basketball sa Zamboanga City, animoso. Iisa aming sigaw, sasabay bawat galaw. Family's brand, ang kulong ng Mindanao.
The big peak, number 23, Chris Dumapig.
Aming sigaw, pinawasiwas ang bandila. Family's brand, sardines.
Here comes El Jefe, number 28, Chito Jaime. At number 29, Air Jeff Comia. Moving on with the Tornado, Estaba na Barangay Pasunanca, number 0, Julacas de Santos. The pride of Barangay Kasanyangan, Jul Astri Choi Ignacio. Followed by number 99 from Barangay Talaban, John the Jumpman Mahari. Playing center number 6, the good dino, Jason Grimaldo. And forward number 9, the warm Adi Santos. Also at forward number 17, Japs the Samurai Bautista. Here comes the twin turbo from the guard line, number 19, JB Marcelino.
Are you ready? Zamboanga City.
And at point guard number 11, 2022 Mpbl All-Star MVP, JC Marcelino.
Sama-sama sa suporta ng buo pinagbuko kaming lahat maging Muslim o Kristiyano. Families, friend, ang sigaw ng karamihan ng puso.
The head coach for Zamboanga Fabulous Brand Sardines is Vic Icasiano. Assistant coaches Hubert De Los Santos, Leo Pujante, Kevin De Castro, Jake Agleron, and Kat Tenorio. Marketing Associate is Nini Arquisa. Marketing Manager Ram Iraham. Team Representative Antoinette Roque, and General Manager Alvin Muñoz. Now both teams at the center court for the pre-game handshake.
4, 3, 2, 1, Mpbl na, Mpbl na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao.
And at this point, for the ceremonial toss, may we call in Zamboanga Fabulous Brand Sardines team owner, TP Cow, Zamboanga City Honorable Mayor John Dalipe. Joining them are our security head, basketball legend Rudy Distrito, head of basketball operations Emerson Oreta, and Mpbl Commissioner Captain Mpbl Kenneth Durendes. Thank you very much, team owner TP Cao and Zamboanga City Honorable Mayor John Dalipe, and to our Mpbl executives. Referees for this ball game are Edmar
Primary protagonists for this game, Alvin Alday, Aaron Heruta at the backcourt, Raymond Ilagan, John Normal, and the heart and soul of Bacolod, Mark Yee. Para naman sa iyong home squad, the Zamboanga Families Brand Sardines, they have Twin Turbo, JC Marcelino and JB Marcelino in the backcourt. Jason Grimaldo is the man in the middle. Adi Santos and James Bautista rounding out the five para kay Coach Vic Icasiano. And we are just now out underway right now. This is game one of the best of three series of this division semifinals between Zamboanga and Bacolod.
Avi, I need to make a shout out. Coach Alex Angeles, congratulations making it this far in his career as coach dito sa Mpbl. Hats off sa iyo, kaibigan.
One of the best young minds in Philippine basketball today. Of course, amply supported by his lead assistant na si Coach RB Mangahas, former FEU Tamaraw during the time of Arwin Santos. That was a dynasty in the UAAP. Meanwhile, Zamboanga, they want to start their own dynasty here in the Mpbl. JV Marcelino gets the first bucket para sa Zamboanga.
Probably one of the ugliest first point of a game, but you'll be amazed na may nangyayaring maganda pag nandyan ang Marcelino brothers. Always.
Sabi nga ni Mix, he loves to say that this chemistry has been developed all the way from the womb.
Oo nga.
Bautista missing on his first attempt. We did mention during the pregame that he had 11 points, 4 out of 9 from the field, but was just 1 out of 4 from downtown. Gets the starting nod once again in today's game. Oh, Alday shuffled his feet and called for a walk.
Slight tentativeness kay Alvin Alday. Pero mabalik ko lang dito sa dalawang Marcelino brothers. When you first watch him, you think they're such a lucky group of players. But they put themselves in a situation that they get favorable bounces or free balls.
Marcelino, that's JV missing on the left corner pocket. And to your point, Coach, the good thing about them as well is they're not just, selfish players. They are team players. They get everybody involved. They do the dirty work. They get on the boards. They run the floor. They distribute the basketball.
Yes, they do. And that's the winning attitude na maganda. It's about the wins and not the stats.
Ends up with James Bautista. Another attempt from downtown. He will not miss twice. Getting it from the opposite corner. That's now a 5-0 start for Zamboanga.
There's no way you're gonna guard James Bautista outright because you need to help in the interior defense, knowing that they've got a lot of potential players who can score in the painted area for Zamboanga.
Hey, Coach, more often than not, Zamboanga has always had a knack for starting games on a very high note. In contrast to the top squad in our league, the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards, who sometimes starts off very flat.
Very flat, pero ito, extended pass. Grimaldo to his teammate, James Bautista.
Right now, Alday troops to the line for 2 shots. He's missed a jumper. Still no points on the board para sa Bacolod. That is the first courtesy of that free throw galing kay All Day.
All Day.
And he really lives up to that nickname because whenever he's given a lot of space, he will definitely knock it down, and he is not afraid to shoot it. Let's turn you over to Mika Bisamis.
Coach Vic Icasiano is excited to go up against his former assistant coach in the same Bacolod team in Coach Alex Angeles. He acknowledged the fact that even if Zamboanga was able to rest a bit, may momentum itong Bacolod. In fact, pinaon daw niya ang tune-up game nila nung Saturday para sabay lang daw ang pagod. I also asked him what he thinks of this Bacolod team led by Coach Alex. He said, well, they have Marquis. Kahit sinong team, if you have Marquis, swerte ka. He also said, sabihin mo kay Coach Alex, alam ko na ang gagawin niya. Sabi naman ni Coach Alex, alam ko na rin ang gagawin niya. That's why I prepared. Coach Vic is good sa pag-push sa players and sumusunod talaga sila sa exact utos niya. Have you, Coach James?
Thank you so much for that report, Mika. And that's right, Coach Vic Icasiano is definitely very wary of the presence of Marquis dito sa Bacolod because despite the depleted roster that they had during the latter part of the season, entering the playoffs, they made it work just because of the mere presence of Mpbl's living legend, Marquis.
Marquis controls everything inside. He will not allow you to get advantage in the paint.
Despite just having 7 points, he did collar 13 rebounds in that closeout game against Jensen.
And on occasion, Marquis hits the 3 and opens up the space sa defense ng kanilang mga kinakalaban.
He didn't really have to do much in terms of scoring because Jan Armal was very impressive as well as Alwin Alday. Raymond Ilagan had some key baskets as well in that end game against the Warriors. Nermal attacks the basket just short on that layup. Marquis, another rebound. The only member of the 1,000 rebound club here in the Mpbl as well as the 1,000 point club. Itong si Marquis.
So, biglang nag-extend yung mga arms niya.
And the impressive thing about it is he's not the tallest big man here in the league.
He reminds me of a Terry Saldana. He just elongates when need to. Siguro yung spine niya, rubbery rin, kaya biglang lumulusot yung kamay niya out of nowhere to get those rebounds.
And itong si Marquis, one thing that is also nice about him, and despite his advanced age, he is still very much in shape because of the discipline that he has sa kanyang conditioning and sa kanyang diet.
Oo, buhok na lang ang medyo kumukulang kay Marquis, pero wisdom ang pumapalit dun sa kanyang buhok. Pero let's not take away anything against Raymond Ilagan. Ang ganda. They complement each other with experience down low. They really control the big men na kinakalaban nila.
Alday gets his first trifecta of the game and ties the game at 7 apiece. 4 points para kay All Day.
5 points.
5 points, my bad.
Not yours, katabi ko. Dito magiging physical na ako.
JC in and out on that three-pointer from straight away. Bacolod here on the counter. The bump by Mpbl, the swat by Grimaldo.
Well, Normal needs to know, once he makes that bump, he's got full control of the offense, but he just extends that ball, and Grimaldo, an experienced shot blocker, is just there waiting for you to expose that ball.
Excellent help defense right there by Zamboanga. Ilagan forcing the issue and getting the foul against Adi Santos.
I would like to say high-low, two-man game between Marquis and Ilagan, but it was kind of side-low.
Could be low-low.
Low-low.
Kaya minsan tawag ko sa play na ginagawa ng San Miguel Beerman kung when Mo Tautua and Jumar Fajardo are both on the floor. That free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas.
Akala ko, Javi, sinasabi mo matanda na yung dalawa, parehong low-low.
Hindi naman.
Alright.
And it doesn't, di naman napapansin sa laro ng parehong player.
Oo naman, kitang-kita, batang-bata pa.
4 points now in the game para kay Raymond Ilagan. 9-7 is the score. Bacolod up by 2. JC popping out. Locates Bautista. Another three-pointer on the way. Too strong this time. Marquis saves it to Heruta.
Marquis, experience stopping the ball to a spot where he can get that ball.
Oh, Heruta finding a seam in the defense, but enough to bother him on that shot. Bautista from the corner. Too strong again.
Too strong, too sharp.
Well, that's always been the trajectory of his shot, actually. Ito si John Bautista. Oh! That's another block by Zamboanga, but this time, it's JB Marcelino.
Wow, great timing there.
I mean, these Marcelino twins, they can really sky high. And they did it on defense and offense. JB and JC performing well at the start of this game.
Block on one end, finish on the other.
Tied at 9 apiece. 3 minutes and 10 remaining in the first quarter rather. Perimeter J. Mpbl tries to grab that rebound, ends up with JC. Marcelino. What a move. Everything but the finish right there.
Wow, fake right, scoop with the left. Sayang, hindi na finish.
Playground move could not be completed by one of our leading MVP candidates, na si JC Marcelino. Will decide to go for the three. That's off to the right. Nagawan ang dalawang Zamboanga players doon, and it ends up with Bacolod.
Adi Santos with the last touch.
What a block right there. That's a guard, by the way, swatting away the shot of a big man. And here, Marcelino challenging the defense, no problem at all.
Not just a big man, but a veteran big man.
Substitutions right here for both squads. You see there, J-Boy Solis coming in para kay Coach Alex Angeles, as well as Joel Liu, who will trigger in to Alvin Alday. And Alday draws a foul. He will troop to the line once again, his second of this game.
What an experienced move by Alday, coming off a big, just walking through and locking his defender.
Alday has been a journeyman in this league, playing for the Bicol Volcanoes at one point. Right now, he is with Bacolod, but he has always been known to be a scorer wherever team he plays.
Oo nga. Speaking of scorer, babatingin ko lang anak ko, Jaden Gayoso nanonood kasama Nana Titas Gayoso nanonood kasama Bella Gayoso also. Ayan, mga fans ng Mpbl na ngayon.
Happy viewing to you guys. Batiin din natin si Yuris Pasigan galing kay Boss Emer Oreta, our operations head. Happy viewing to you. And of course, gusto rin natin batiin ang may bahay ni Tonton Bringas na si Julian De Ocampo at ang kanyang mama na si Zoila De Ocampo.
Alvin Alday missing his second attempt. 6 points na for him.
10-9 is the count. Bacolod up by 1. Marcelino almost slipped Gets that floater up. Dumapig is there, muscling his way inside. Valencia, the third opportunity. This time they get the juice.
Second, third opportunity favoring Zamboanga. Dominance pinapakita with that extra energy.
Oh, but Alday making mincemeat of the defense. He is having his way on offense. Valencia, the two-step. That's a turnover. Liu looking ahead. The forward pass. Alwin from the outside. That's going to rim out. Yi trying to snatch that away successfully from the mapping and finishes with a reverse.
And there you see the experience of a marquee, never giving up on the ball and knowing how to hide the ball using his body.
Here's a rebound by Tumapig. Then Normal trying to help out. Tumapig eventually falls on the floor and loses possession of the basketball. Yi finishing easily with the 2 points.
He hides that ball. Smart play.
Timeout called on the floor here. 14-11 is the count. We'll be back after these. Let's check out the last meeting between these two squads. Zamboanga won 74-71. They dominated on offense, 51.8% from the field while limiting Bacolod to just 38.2.
At makikita mo, second chance opportunities talaga bumubuhay sa Bacolod because very active sila trying to get those loose balls. Now, it doesn't mean hindi kulang sa effort ang Zamboanga. It's just that Zamboanga gets to put in their baskets and that's the reason why no offensive rebound needed.
And another trademark for Zamboanga which happened in that game, dominating the bench points department 53-29. Of course, that's because usually the Marcelino twins come off the bench para kay Coach Vicky Casiano, but here in the playoffs, nagsistart na sila.
I was about to point that out because when I saw the second unit come in for Zamboanga, this diminishes the control of the game and the and the bench scoring of Zamboanga.
Right there you see Cabanag being fouled by Chito Jaime. And they're complaining and asking for an unsportsmanlike foul because there was no play on the basketball. And yun na nga, Richard Damos announces the unsportsmanlike call laban kay Chito Jaime. Coach, what is your opinion on that new rule that we have sa ating FIBA playbook that unsportsmanlike foul when there is no play on the basketball to stop the play?
Well, you mentioned the right word, FIBA playbook. That changed everything compared to the time that I played. I, of course, favor that play to be okay and you know, not be given a technical foul because you just want to stop, so to regroup para hindi maka-easy basket. Ganun ako nasanay. I'm not saying tama yung sinasabi ko, but the times have changed. And maybe we need to adjust for the international rule that the FIBA established worldwide.
Of course, for players, that could be very much useful para sa kanila. But as fans, you know, sometimes it kills the momentum of the action.
It kills the momentum. Talaga.
As Veloria gets 2 points on the break, Bacolod now with a 6-point lead, 17-11. 40 seconds left in the opening quarter. The Mapic having trouble once again, this time on their front court, but there will be a foul called against the white shirts here.
Second time the Mapic has gone swimming in our basketball court. Mukhang no, because there are some pairs of shoes that are actually slippery and they need to wipe that thing up.
That's
because
right.
because the Mapic is a type of person who will keep banging and pushing. Ooh!
Save to the wrong man. Jaime ends up with it. Left corner pocket three. That's a miss to Mapic. Having trouble with that possession. Comia It's into Palencia. 8 on the shot clock for Zamboanga. Comia almost got stripped by Cabanag. 3. The hook to Tansica, eventually stolen. They complete it. Liu ahead of the pack, and he will finish the 2 points.
And this interior defense starts off with Marquis and Solis just playing hard basketball inside.
Comia could not beat the buzzer with that 3-pointer from the left flank, and that will mark the end of quarter number 1 dito sa Vitaliano Agan Coliseum here in Zamboanga City. Are you surprised with the way this first quarter finished?
Well, I am, because I heard that Bacolod arrived this morning. I don't know how true that is, so I did not expect them to have this much of an energy. Of course, Zamboanga naman, full of energy. And at the same time, I'm accustomed to seeing the two twins coming off the bench and actually maintaining the energy that I'm accustomed to seeing from Zamboanga.
So ngayon, baliktad ang nangyayari, and also baliktad dun sa kanilang first meeting where Zamboanga was up by 9 points at the end of 1 right now. Bacolod is up by 8 after the first 10 minutes. Second quarter when we return. Let's look at the numbers from both squads this season. Zamboanga dominating a number of those departments except for points allowed. Bacolod lording it over that department.
Oo, ang dami talagang mga aspects ng laro na makikita mo Zamboanga is top in most of them. But of course, points allowed, pumapabor din na more defensively based ang Bacolod. So it's a really great matchup tonight, and everybody knew as we were flying into Zamboanga that the 2 games tonight will be a game to watch even on replay kasi napaka-exciting.
First quarter field goal story on your screen. 6 out of 21 for the white shirts. Para sa Zamboanga, it's 5 out of 19. Di masyado nagkakalayo, but Bacolod has had a number of charities in this game because of their aggressiveness attacking the basket.
Yes, very true, no? Makikita mo maganda ang second unit na ipinasok ni Coach Angeles. Now, I need to point out also on several occasions outside shooting ang hinahanap ng Zamboanga. Aside from earlier when we had the two brothers, they were actually trying to come closer to the basket. Huminto yun.
Cabanag being a little too aggressive against the defense, and he will be called for the offensive foul.
Gumawa ng sariling daan, ano? Parang bulldozer.
I love that analogy,
Eh, kasi talagang inararo niya para makahanap siya ng daan, eh. And I suggest he continues to do that.
But if he continues to do that, you will get a lot more fouls, and eventually foul out of the game.
But you see, when you start doing that, you will learn how to not be not be obvious. And that's the only way you learn. Makakahanap ka ng butas na makakalusot ka na.
Great point that you made, actually, yeah. Not a lot of people will notice that. That's a tough pass. Leo telegraphs that. Oh, behind the back. Cranial Veloria cannot finish, and that's almost a highlight para sa Bacolod.
Oo nga, may behind the front pass, eh.
There you go, JC Marcelino inserted back into the game by Coach Vicky Casiano, getting second bucket, 13-19, 6-point lead for Bacolod. But J-Boy Solis extends it back to 8 points after that jumper from the left elbow.
Solis receiving that pass, no hesitation, composed, calm and composed, finishes with his first 2 points.
So he's been very confident with that shot in this postseason, especially with the extended playing time he's been getting from Coach Alex Angeles. That's a tough pass and a turnover para sa Zamboanga. That's against JC Marcelino.
You know, Javi, when we first entered the playoffs, alam ko, 8 o 9 lang ang players ng Bacolod na naglaro dito, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct.
And because of that, I'm sure Coach Angeles has seen the unit that he can put in. He has probably learned a lot, and it shows in his team and his composure as a coach.
He is actually very happy in that game against Gensan in Batangas, that deciding game 3, that his lineup now has been almost complete except for a couple of players who are out with injuries.
Oo nga, aantayin na lang niya. Pero pumapabor pa sa kanya because the lesser players you have, the more consistent that their motions on the court will be.
Man down here, that's a player from Bacolod, Jennifer Cabanag, but now back up on his feet. He hit a three-pointer earlier that extended this lead to 11 points, 24-13. Wala pa tayong 3 minutes into this second period.
Kita mo, pati sa Zamboanga may mga marunong umararo rin. Farmer naman ito.
Kasi kanina bulldozer.
Bulldozer. Oo.
Okay. Tatsika gets the push shot to go. First bucket of the game for the former NU Bullpup and former Lyceum Pirate. Cabanag. Oh, that's a foul by Tancinco. He is frustrated with that call.
And I'm surprised he didn't get a technical for yelling at the ref.
Yeah, because yesterday, if you watched that game, Coach, actually both games yesterday, referees were not having the players, shouting at their faces or extreming expletives at them.
Oo nga. At hindi dapat because foul naman talaga.
A lot of technicals were called yesterday. Ilagan, fall away, can't finish the turnaround. That's a rebound by JC. Marcelino to Mosqueda. Cross court, Choi Ignacio. Step back to the left. Too strong. Viloria controls the possession.
You could feel Ignacio wanted to take that shot even if he didn't have the shot. So he looked for a way. But he should learn and not get carried away by the fans, his fans here in Zamboanga.
That's another offensive rebound by Bacolod. They will recycle. Solis gives the roadblock. Egilos challenges Liu. That's a tough pass to Viloria. Extra feed to Solis.
Oh.
And that is very uncharacteristic of JC Marcelino, fouling a jump shooter.
And that puts him for 3 on the line.
That's right. 3 shots.
Yep.
At the charity stripe para kay J-Boy Solis. Clear foul right there. J-Boy Solis scoreless in their last matchup. That free throw was brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas.
Alam mo yung sa situation na ito, if Solis misses his 3rd shot, people might say maganda ang foul. Pumasok ang isa instead of 3. But see, it's JC Marcelino who got his 3rd foul. Oh, mali ang sinesenya sa akin. Bababa ako ng earphone, magkikipagsuntukan muna ako dito.
25-15 is the score. 10-point lead para sa Bacolod. John Mahari has entered the game. Mosqueda can't get the floater to go. Egilos battling for the offensive board, and he will be fouled by Crainer Viloria.
And this is what I was mentioning with my friend Jun Cao, one of the owners of itong Zamboanga team. He was asking me my opinion about this basketball team. I go, you've got star-studded veteran players. Jmo Egilos showed what he can do just by standing there, positioning himself to get a foul, and now an opportunity for his team.
Jmo Egilos actually has the nickname The Dragon. Do you agree with that?
But he's so silent and he's just so... Really? The Dragon?
Yeah, that's what I heard Richard Tampos call him in the pregame introductions.
Ah.
But if you were to give him a nickname, what nickname would you give him? Sorry if I'm putting you on the spot.
Oo nga, baka kawain ako yan.
That is a traveling against Joel Lee, who really tried to dive, swim, freestyle, backstroke, kung ano-ano na para kunin ang bola. Right there, he's not happy with the call. Ayaw niya pa rin ibigay ang bola. Baka ibigyan siya ng technical dito. Finally, let's go of the rock. Here is the action on the floor. John Mahari joining in on the tussle, which ends up in a turnover for Bacolod.
That would be great if you mix in a nicely beat music na may sino ba mga stars ngayon na kumakanta kasi yung
Nung panahon mo na lang, kung ikaw papipiliin.
yung mga nag-rap parang si Shaq O'Neal sumasayaw sa sahig oh, foul!
Oh. That's something that Shaq does a lot, convert N1 opportunities. That's an excellent pass by Jeff Bomia. Miscue on defense by Kenya Veloria, leaving John Mahari wide open on that left baseline. And one fake, getting the reverse on the other.
And on that replay, moving without the ball, very effective, especially when they're playing sort of like a zone, itong Bacolod team.
And in true Shaq fashion, Mahari misses the free throw. Solis very confident with that jumper. This time it's a miss. Egilos with the rebound. Zamboanga is running. That is a block against Jeremer Cabanog.
Well, I like that they're trying to get to fish for charging calls. But it's very tough to do, especially with a speedy guy.
Well, he was definitely not in position right there.
Yes.
Kasi nasa gilid rin siya ng mga offensive player na si John Mahari.
Paminsan-minsan kasi makukuha mo ang tawag sa referee, lalo na pag nagduda ang referee sa nakita niyang aksyon. But this time, tama ang tinawag ng referee.
Very clear ang accusation doon kay Jeremer Cabanag, but Mahari continues to miss from the line. 0 out of 2 now. 25-17, almost halfway through the second quarter. That's 0 out of 3.
And you can hear the fans, their frustration on every miss ng Zamboanga player. Oh!
But they get a stop. That's a steal. Tatsiko chased down by Jan Nermal.
Okay, now I need to make a shout out sa fans dito sa mga nanonood. Ang ganda ng play ni Nermal. Ito makikita natin. Oh no,
That's a steal.
Okay, here we see that play by a Bacolod player in Nermal, and the fans even cheered that play.
Well, I'm sure that was more of a surprise. That's something that you don't see every time.
Oh, great effort by Nermal.
A length being put to good use. Comia knew it was a miss, chased down for it. Mosqueda from downtown rattles it
He
through.
looked like he was stepping on the line.
It was called a three-pointer, but you did say he was stepping on the line into Gino Mosqueda.
He looked like he was stepping. I may be wrong.
Let's see.
Oh no!
It was right behind.
Right behind, yes.
Look at it from another angle right there. No denying that was a three-point shot.
Buti nagpagupit siya ng kuko niya, no, this morning, kaya hindi umabot.
Nagpa-pedicure si Gino Mosqueda. Just a 5-point lead para sa Bacolod right now after that three-pointer, 25-20. Let's take a look at the numbers of JV Marcelino's sibling support. Of course, amply supporting his twin brother na si JC Marcelino. Season averages of 11 points per game, a very high 43.7% from the field to go with his 5.1 rebounds and 3.4 assists.
Oo, twin turbo nga daw ang itatawag sa kanya dito, di ba? Sa nung ini-intro silang dalawa papasok ng ating game.
He had 10 points, 5 assists, and 4 steals rather in that closeout game against the Muntinlupa Cagers. Alday, that's a miss from downtown, but Nermal is there to clean up the mess.
Talk about being at the right place at the right time. Nermal just standing at the right place.
And surprisingly, that's his first bucket of the match. Although he has been doing other things to contribute to the cause of Bacolod in this game. That block earlier that you just saw moments ago. Heruta calling out the play. Double high screen, ends up with Yi popping out. They swing it to the wing, Nermal. 6 on the shot clock. Ilagan, there's a mismatch against Comia. Goes back out, Jan. Too long on the 3-point shot. Comia, crossover, extends and finishes.
I love what Jamo Aguilos did. Carve the path for Comia. Sana makita natin yung replay, how teammates help each other score.
Heruta, the kick out, Alday. Setup was great, but Alday could not finish. Santos having trouble with the basketball, but eventually he still ends up with Zamboanga.
Mukhang mainit ang basketball, hindi nila mahawakan. But
like a hot potato, right?
And then makita natin yung what Jamo Aguilos did was block out. Itong si Raymond Ilagan, ayun, another angle. Thank you, Direk.
We bring you this epic move of the game in partnership with OK Bet on the win. Takes 2 to tango.
It takes 2 to tango. Ako nung panahon ko to help my import penetrate, I would hold the hand of the person guarding me who is supposed to help on defense.
Ayan na mga kaibigan, kulang 101 from Mpbl legend JV Gayoso.
No, I'm shaking his hand para magpakilala. Kapitan talaga, kakapitan mo talaga para hindi makahelp.
And here's the shot by Chino Mosqueda. Foul there by Aaron Heruta, one of the cardinal sins of basketball, falling a jump shooter. That's the second time this game, but this time it's inside the yard.
Earlier, 3-point shooting Solis, I believe, was
yes,
the one
that's
who
right.
missed his 2 free throws, though. Speaking of missed free throws.
When they continue to miss from the line, itong Zamboanga, John Mahari has missed all of his 3 attempts. Mosqueda is 1 out of 2. Yi finds Ilagan, drop step to the baseline, creative move right there. Yi snatching that board from the skies, but it ends up with Zamboanga.
Well, 2 great moves. Raymond Ilagan going away from Aguilos, then Marquis just extending to get a chance, but loses it.
Comia, he loves that shot. Floater with the right hand. That's now 4 points of the game, in the game para kay Jeff Comia. You hear the crowd here at our venue chanting defense. This is just a 2-point lead by Bacolod, 27 to 25.
Heruta, heads up play for him. He saw the arm of Adi Santos right in front of his face, and once he saw the arm he lifts his arm para mag-lock. Smart heads up play by Heruta.
That's just the veteran IQ right there, galing kay Aaron Heruta, formerly of the San Juan Knights.
Sorry, Javi. Yun yung mga nakikita natin sa NBA, those guys who extend on defense and then yung mga titira, biglang i-hook yung arm.
That's right.
Fishing for that foul, and he got it.
Interesting though, we haven't seen that a lot here in the Philippines. No?
Hindi nga. Kasi walang nag-e-extend masyado ng arm. Unlike in the States, talagang everybody has to extend their challenge and just make the offensive player turn around.
Well, I think, in my opinion, as Alday gets a basket, I think it's because we play more team basketball here.
Yes.
Sa NBA kasi talagang more on one-on-one play.
One-on-one. Yes, that's so true. Alwin Anday with his 10th point.
Already eclipsing his total from that last match. Bautista trying to go all the way, but Solis will not allow it. Yi will also not allow any Zamboanga player to get the basketball from him.
Mark Yi only needs one arm to protect that ball, whether standing or kneeling. Oh,
5 rebounds already in the game para kay Mark Yi. And of those 5 rebounds, I think most of them, I bet 4 of them are not easy.
Or not easy at all. He just needed to use his arm. But I see the elbow of Marquis bleeding.
Oh yeah, he appeared to have hit on the floor. Timeout once again on the floor. Lead is 4 para sa Bacolod, 29-25. We're looking at Ma'am Anita Cao, Doc Junjun Cao, Tipi Cao, and wife Pilar, as well as Junjun and Joanna Pe. Also, our VIPs in attendance dito sa Italiano Agan Coliseum. Bacolod now up by just 4 points against the Zamboanga Family's Brand Sardines, threatening to come back and make this game much more competitive. Alday, familiar floater at the miss. Adi Santos snatches it away. Mosqueda, Comia, power dribble, the behind the back pick, jumps Bautista, badly misses on that corner 3.
Oh, Dumapig's gonna be called. Fall away from the ball, tripping Marquis.
And whether it was an unsportsmanlike foul or not, that was a very bad decision by Chris Dumapig, fouling a player away from the ball because they are in the penalty.
And right in front of a referee.
Yeah. Let's see what happened there. Look at the middle of your screens. Number 23 going up against number 83. Dumapig fell on the floor. Ayan na. Used part of his leg to try and trip Marquis. At official announcement by Richard Dampos has deemed an unsportsmanlike foul against Chris Dumapig. So 2 free throws plus ball possession para sa Bacolod.
Well, paulit-ulit na si Dumapig at si Marquis have been arm wrestling without a table.
That's right.
So,
Ang hirap nun, ha?
ang hirap nga nun. Kaya may nahuhulog.
Marquis very uncharacteristically missing his first free throw, but he makes up for it by converting on the second. And Chris Dumapig has been getting the bad end of the stick in this matchup with Marquis.
Oo nga, ang laking bagay nga nun. Pero Marquis missing his free throw, actually he's being consistent because everybody's been missing their free throws.
That's right.
Even in the first game.
Exactly. Marcelino, that's JB, on to Jeff Comia. Back to JB. Gets the screen. There's another one by Dumapig. Doesn't use it. Dumapig chases it down. It will end up with Bacolod.
I see Marquis doing a lot of pushing. While you were talking, I was actually looking at him pushing Adi Santos, pushing Dumapig, everybody who would come into the paint. And he's not even tired because pushing someone is tiring.
the difference is between him and Dumapig, hindi siya nahuhuli.
Hindi, yeah.
I think that's just the veteran in him, you know, na napapansin niya kung kailan nakatingin ng referee sa kanya o hindi.
Well, compared to Dumapig, parang tinik lang kasi si Marky. Ang payat eh.
Tama. Dumapig had to adjust his shot in midair, and he will be fouled right there. Coach Alex Angeles, his arms up, saying that his player played clean defense.
Well, I agree with Coach Alex because he had it extended. The arms was extended. I didn't see any contact, but I don't know. Maybe on another angle, makikita natin may contact down low.
Must have been that body called by our referees. Of course, they have better angle on that play. Dumapig missing yet another free throw for Zamboanga.
So the free throw woes of tonight's ball game.
0 out of 2. How many times have we seen that tonight? Eruta trying to interlock his arms with JV Marcelino. Jabs Bautista.
Oh!
I thought Adi Santos was in one place, but Adi Santos was in another.
But Jabs Bautista had to make that pass because Marky was on his way to face. Here we see Marky on the left coming into the picture. Jabs Bautista hoping Adi Santos would get that pass.
Bacolod now has possession, 20 seconds remaining. Almost 6-second differential between the clocks. Yi for 3. He has repeatedly attempted that and finally gets one to go. At 6 points in the game para kay Mark Yi. Jabs Bautista will try to answer back. Cabanag will not attempt anymore. And the second quarter will finish with the Bacolod Bingo Plus up by 8 points at 33-25. What a very helter-skelter second quarter we had, Coach.
And I'm surprised right now, Bacolod is up and they're playing great basketball, no pressure. Here we see a lot of action, a lot of pushing na sinasabi ni Dumapig.
A lot of interlocking of the arms, a lot of wrestling, a lot of swimming to the floor, but a lot of physicality as well. Of course, we cannot discount that fact as these two teams really battling and jostling for every possession as we go down the court. 33-25 lead by Bacolod.
Mayor Vataliano Agan Coliseum here in Zamboanga for your OK Bet Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. My name is Mika Abisames and I am with two very important people. Mayor John Dalipe of the city of Zamboanga and of course Sir Alvin Muño, the team manager of Zamboanga. Mayor, unahin ko na po kayo. First of all, thank you very much for gracing us with your presence. Nakikita po natin na napakadami pong fans dito sa loob ng Coliseum. Ano pong gusto nyo sabihin sa kanila?
Yes, Mika, nagpapasalamat ako sa mga Zamboangueños na sumusuporta sa Mpbl, lalo na sa Zamboanga Families Brand Sardines.
Mayor, meron po ba kayong mga gustong batiin?
Nagpapasalamat po kami kay Ma'am Anita Cao and kay Sir Tipi Cao. So, yes to sports, no to drugs.
Thank you very much, Mayor. Sir Alvin, Coach Vic Icasiano is known to be able to push his players talaga, na mukhang kailangan nyo sa second half.
An experienced coach, talagang kailangan ni Coach Vic yun. Pero hopefully, favorable sa atin yung outcome ng larong ito.
Sir, meron ba kayong mga gustong batiin at pasalamatan?
Akin na lang yun rin milas de gracias por el diato local, city local government, especialmente con el diato Yorme, si Yorme Jan Dalipe, y con el todo diato councilors aquí na Zamboanga City. Muchísimas gracias, maraming salamat, dagang salamat, imagsukol. Thank you.
Maraming salamat po. Once again, that was Sir Alvin Muño, team manager of Zamboanga. And of course, that was Mayor John Dalipe, Mayor of the City of Zamboanga. Ngayon naman, mga ka-MPBL fans, gusto ko lang malaman nyo na meron pa rin tayong hashtag na MPBL Playoffs 2022 at alam ko na talagang marami kayong pinapadala dyan kaya basahin na natin sila kasi alam kong excited talaga kayo magpadala ng inyong mga shoutouts. Ito nga si Norma Galado Palencia, laban lang Zamboanga's Family Brand Sardines. Naku, mukhang kailangan talaga nila yan ng support nyo para sa second half. Ito naman si Annalyn Dime, Go John Nermal, love yan. Aba, mukhang big fan ito ni John Nermal. Ito naman si Fave Marshall Guerrero IV. Go Zamboanga's Family Brand Sardines. Parang masarap tong Family Brand Sardines. Sana makatikim naman ako niyan. Ito naman si Denison Navata Abidin. Good luck, Arriba Family Brand Sardines. Tuloy-tuloy lang po ang papapadala nyo ng inyong mga shoutouts, suggestions at comments dyan lang sa ating hashtag na MPBL Playoffs 2022. Magbabalik po ang OK Bet Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
halftime of the game between the Zamboanga Families Brand Sardines versus the Bacolod Bingo Plus, where Bacolod is up 33 to 25. It has been a heated matchup, a lot of physicality, a lot of jostling, a lot of wrestling, a lot of swimming on the floor, but this is what we expected coming from these two teams, and Zamboanga went off to a good start as they usually do, but Bacolod suddenly regained control and did not look back and have finished the first half with a lead.
Well, everybody playing for Bacolod just did their jobs there. Tough defense, stealing the ball, scoring Marquis, Raymond Dilaga, Normal, Solis, everybody else, Aday. Everybody just contributed in their own little way, and that contribution gave them this lead.
Yeah, and Zamboanga has been, to say the least, lost in terms of executing their offense, which usually is very fluid in the half court. Aside from running their opponents down on the break, it's actually Bacolod who has been connecting on the fast break because of their excellent defensive game in this match.
And in the latter part of the second quarter, both teams are actually playing ugly basketball, but for me it favored Bacolod because they were up by 5 or 6 points at the time. So if both teams weren't scoring, whoever was ahead favored in that situation.
And usually, if it's an ugly basketball game, as you would say, that usually favors Zamboanga, but it's odd that Bacolod had the upper hand in that one.
Oo nga, at yun, lumamang sila. Makita natin ang halftime stats natin, second point field goals, 8 of 25, 30% shooting for Bacolod, 45% shooting by Zamboanga, kaso mas mataas nga ang opportunities ng Bacolod. Free throws, 8 of 13, 1 of 7 naman para sa for Zamboanga and Samanga. Bench scoring 14 to 11. I brought this out because usually Zamboanga will be in 20 plus points already by the halftime. Fast break points 6 of 2. Talagang nag-slow down sila kasi pinigil ng depensa. Nobody can get that quick outlet pass to get that running game going, and that's what they need to work on because both defense are doing really well.
Zamboanga had 53 bench points against Muntinlupa in that game 2 decider against the Cagers. The leading scorers at the half on your screens: Alvin Alday leading everyone with 10. Marquis has 6. Ilagan and Jennifer Cabanag have 4 apiece. James Bautista leads Zamboanga with 5. Comia, Mosqueda, and Marcelino have 4 each.
Low scoring game. Maganda, Japs Bautista started well, but he had to sit out because there are a lot of other talented players in the Zamboanga team. By the time he came back, he was trying to look for the 3, but it no longer came.
And we were actually talking about it off air, Coach, about what Bacolod is doing well over Zamboanga, who is heavily favored over this Bacolod team. Is it the rotation that has been favoring Bacolod in this one because they have such a short rotation, and this is a rotation that they're used to having, especially in the past few games?
Well, we did actually mention that Coach Alex has limited number of players to field in, and in the long run they end up playing more and play consistently, and that is actually favoring them. Hindi sila lumalamig, quote-unquote, lumalamig sa kakaupo sa bench. Unlike players with plenty of stars, oftentimes you get limited minutes. Ito tuloy-tuloy lang ang pawis na lumalabas para sa Bacolod.
Let's see if that will hold through for Zamboanga in this game. Can they get their mojo back and see the success that they have been having all throughout this season? At yun na nga, JC Marcelino opens up festivities here in the second half with a basket in transition, going hard with his strong hand.
Well, 6 points for him. At ganito rin sila nag-umpisa sa first quarter. Ganito sila nag-umpisa sa first quarter with the Marcelino brothers in, and that becomes an exciting game for Zamboanga.
Marcelino at the line, missing on that free throw. Zamboanga is now 1 out of 8 from the charity stripe. Let's now turn you over to Mika Avisamis. Go ahead, Mika.
JC Marcelino is nursing sprains on both ankles. He didn't join the warm-up before the game because they made sure those legs work well here today. It is his first time in the semis of the Mpbl, and mamaya na daw ang aray. Sanay daw siya sa trabaho kahit pagod or may masakit dahil isa pala siyang kargador sa palengke nung bata siya. Happy Coach Jiggy.
Thank you for that piece of information, Mika. Wow. you don't see every day a player battling sprains on both feet.
Oo nga, at kitang-kita because both Marcelinos couldn't make a finish after getting, a chance to score in point-blank range.
Even then, without Mika pointing that, I would not have noticed it.
Oo nga, ako rin. Except of course, yung quickness niya, medyo nakita ko, wala yung explosiveness. Now it answers.
JC has been finishing some tough baskets in this game. Kaya naman, di ko talaga masyadong napansin. At that is just a mark of true professionalism galing kay JC Marcelino.
Nasa number yan 11.
11 rin ba number mo?
No, actually, I wanted to point out, alam ko, Isaiah Thomas
That's right.
was number 11. And he played with an ankle 3 times the size of his normal ankle. No, he sprained his ankle and was best player of one of those games, finals games that they played many years ago.
I do remember that. I think that was in the Eastern Conference Finals against Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls.
Probably.
If my memory serves me right. Bacolod is up by 10, 38-28, almost 3 minutes into the third quarter. Alday steps back to the left. There's a foul on the shot. That's going to mean free throws for Alvin.
Well, another fishing trip for Alday, and he gets a chance to shoot 3.
Well, let's see here on the replay if his feet were both behind the line. Not really a good angle to check. Ayun. There's another angle. Steps back. Oh, his foot was on the line, so that's going to be 2 free throws para kay Alvin Alday, leading all scorers in this game. The only player in double figures sa ating laro.
Alam mo, Javi, I don't recall a player shooting 100% so far. I mean, 2 out of 2 or 3 out of 3. Wala pa yata sa larong ito or earlier, no?
That's actually true.
I don't recall. And let's see if Alvin Alday will be the first.
This free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. But we do have to correct ourselves, Coach JB. He is the second guy to have the perfect trip to the line after Raymond Ilagan.
Yeah.
I had to check the box scores to be sure, and that's an errant pass by Jason Grimaldo, but possession will stay with Zamboanga.
Kasi ang dami na talagang nag-miss sa free throw line, ano?
Totoo.
At laking bagay yan pag dikit ang laban natin. Every point counts.
Yeah, that will be something that could bite you in the back, especially in a close game. Grimaldo getting one up in the post. That's his first bucket of the game. 14-30 is the count. Little token pressure here by Zamboanga. Alday was screen from me. Solis attempting from downtown. That's his second attempt from three-point country in this game. Marcelino having trouble with the basketball. Gives it up to JB. Cabanag being very aggressive on pressure. Grimaldo, extra pass. A great finish right there by Adi Santos.
Low and low. Yun ang low and low two-man game. 2 points for Adi Santos.
Yee swings it to Cabanag. The screen by Solis. The JB challenges. 3-point shot is too long. Another dive to the floor by Heruta and JC Marcelino.
I'm enjoying this swimming meet.
Yeah, the floor is getting a lot of love from our players. Here's that post move by Jason Grimaldo. Those big hands able to palm the basketball to finish. And here is the excellent pass and the finish by Adi Santos. Cabanag a little wild as he went up. Marcelino will leave it for James Bautista, and runway will be cleared para sa kanya. 8 puntos na sa ating laro para kay James Bautista. Here the chance of defense coming from the Zamboanga faithful here at the Italiano Agad Coliseum. Solis passes up on the shot. Will he get continuation? Yes, he will.
What a move by Solis. Great fake, getting the defender committed, then makes his move strong to the basket.
I don't know about
Uptake.
you, Coach, but I think it's because I'm a lefty, but I always love seeing lefties perform excellent moves like that.
Oo, nakakatuwang tignan. And they're very crafty, mga left-hand players. I didn't know you were a lefty, really.
Yeah, I was a lefty.
All right.
But I was a lefty that wasn't very crafty. That's why I am in this booth right now, not on the court.
Ayun.
That is the story of my career.
Actually, I'm a lefty eh.
Talaga?
Yeah, I left everything behind before. Yung mga ginagawa kong kalokohan sa basketball, I left it all behind.
Oh, good for you.
Yes. That's why I'm here now in the bench.
That's right.
There you go.
Very happy to have you here, Coach JB.
Likewise.
Always a joy to work with you. Solis will not convert the bonus. He has been shooting horrendously as well from that area, as well as his other teammates, except for Raymond Ilagan and Alvin Dalzay. But Zamboanga failing to capitalize on their end of the floor, so Heruta will walk it up and set up the play. Aaron, pick out to Yi, swing to the left, Heruta, step back, three-pointer, too strong, rebound, Jax Bautista, the pitch ahead, JV with the right hand.
And this is how they started well in the first quarter with the two twins just running. And every time they run, Bacolod has a difficult time chasing.
Not really their cup of tea, transition defense, talking about Bacolod. But that is one of their specialties, executing in the half court. Jennifer Cabanag getting another bucket. 11 points in the game.
What a great game for him.
Good for him to get out of his scoring slump. Itong si Jeremy Cabanag, he has been a very known scorer ever since his days with the San Pedro Red Lions. Jaime, that too, is a guy who we have known to be very deadly from the field.
Alam mo, tama ka dun. Very deadly, and I actually expected that to go in. But I realized he sat out for such a long time, and getting that one opportunity, it becomes a prayer.
There you see the finish by JB Marcelino. And here's the turnaround of the great pass on the baseline by Jeremy Cabanag, swishing that one through. Cabanag was 2 out of 8 in 20 minutes against Gensan in that deciding Game 3 in Batangas City. Only had 6 points, well above that total right now. Liu replaces Heruta at that one spot. Yi, the swing to Cabanag. Jeremy to Jan Normal. He has been silent in this game, challenging the defense, gets his own miss, and he will be fouled on the stick back attempt.
Wow. The first attempt, make contact, no call. Yet, he had the balance and the ability to try to put it back up and fishing for another foul, putting himself on the line.
Normal, you have been very impressed by this kid, Coach, just because of the great upper body strength, the balance, and the athleticism.
The athleticism, and on his first game that I watched him play in the playoffs, may suot pa siyang earrings kaya pinatanggal sa kanya eh. Nakakatuwa eh.
Talaga?
Yeah, he had his earrings.
Converts on that free throw. He had 21 points in their last match. Was the brightest spot on offense para sa kanila. 7 out of 15 from the field.
Uh-oh. Sorry.
Jaime goes up strong. Pinayungan siya doon ng depensa.
Kita mo, naulan na dito sa loob. Kaya gumamit na ng payong. You yourself said it.
That's a very nifty pass there by JB Marcelino. Look at that. Could have been a very great block by John Normal.
Oo, pero may body contact. Oo nga.
One thing I can say for sure, it's definitely raining arms and elbows. And the physicality here has been
Nothing
great.
but great.
Yeah. As basketball fans, that's what we love to see, especially Filipinos.
Yes. Free throws lang talaga ang hindi pumapabor sa parehong koponan. 50% again there.
Chito Jaime getting that one to go. 45 to 37, 8-point lead being enjoyed by Bacolod. Valencia is inserted back in by Coach Vicky Casiano to defend Jennifer Cabanag. Liu to Mark Yi. Yi for two. That's short to Marcelino. Twins skying for the rebound. Eventually ends up with Ervin Valencia. JB doesn't use the screen. Steps back to the left. Back irons that one. Cabanag with the rebound.
You saw that play by Marquis just stopping it to his teammate.
It doesn't matter if he gets it or not. It's important that his team ends up with the possession right there. Getting another rebound, this time on the offensive glass, but he will be called for a walk.
I'm sorry, Javi. You know, yung ingay ng mga hindi kita narinig. I'm sorry for butting. But the rebound that Marquis made, the ball went over the board. He gets the rebound. It's just the presence of mind to, yun nga lang, nag-traveling siya because he kept bumping the other players. But
that's just a testament of his wisdom and how sharp he remains to be on the floor.
Yung napabasa niya sitwasyon ng talbog ng bola.
Oo. Experience is indeed the greatest teacher. The score still stands 45 to 37. Liu to Nermal, being defended by Comia. Nermal forced to pass it out to Ilagan. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Viloria extra pass. Nermal could not finish. Eguilos controls the rebound.
Great defense by Zamboanga. Nabuhay ang depensa ng Zamboanga.
And finally, a score here. Galing kay Jeff Comia. 6 points in the game. Getting the bounce on that floater. 6 points na rin. Kalamangan lamang para sa Bacolod. Nermal at post against the much smaller Valencia. Nermal forces the issue and he will troop to the line. That's a push against Valencia.
And when we show the replay, which I'm pretty sure we will, because it would show people watching, ito munang fast break.
Going through the lane and floating it up and in.
Pero Normal, what he did was the smart thing. You have an advantage. Go strong against your smaller defender and not necessarily try to score, but more than that, get the foul and put yourself on the line. Yun nga lang, hindi na ipasok ulit.
And the woes continue at the line para sa Bacolod. Normal, you saw his numbers there on your screen. 3 points, now 5 rebounds para sa kanya. Ilagan asking for it at the post against Eguilos. Viloria doesn't give it. Finally does. Jumper is good for Raymond Ilagan.
Well, smart play. 2-man game there. 7 points for Ilagan. Eguilos attracted by the penetration of Ilagan's teammate. Finding himself free. Oh!
Mahari going up over the defense of Raymond Ilagan, and he will be fouled. There was a lot of contact downstairs. I just want to talk about that play by Viloria and Ilagan for a sec. Look at that. Ilagan draining the jumper from that right corner.
And it took 2 of them to make that play. Viloria penetrates, attracting Jamo Eguilos. Raymond Ilagan backing up, giving himself space para walang defender makahabol.
And what a luxury it is for a guard or a forward to have a big man. You know, he's asking for it at the post, but he doesn't get good position, so he just relocates to the short corner to be available for a catch and shoot opportunity.
Smart decision by Viloria not to make that pass kasi hindi naman talagang wala namang advantage si Raymond Ilagan eh.
And there's an altercation that happened there on the inbound. That's going to be an offensive foul by Joel Liu against Chino Mosqueda. These two have actually been very familiar with each other. High school pa lamang, magkalaban na po itong dalawang player na ito. Of course, Chino Mosqueda was one of our rivals in National University when we were in high school. Both of them moved on over to the seniors division and played for FEU and NU respectively as well. Meanwhile, Jamo Aguilos crashing the boards and doing what he does best, finishing the 2 points from point-blank range.
No pressure whatsoever, positioning properly. There you see, down low in the screen, ball comes to him and finishes strong.
That's a very rare occurrence in this game that there were no Bacolod players, or at least disadvantage sila in terms of numbers inside the shaded area to get the rebound.
Oo nga, mukhang nag-extend lahat para mag-rebound. Pero yun, free throw situation na naman.
It's going to be a lane violation against Zamboanga.
You know, right now I became confident every time somebody would make free throws or be put on the line to take free throws. I'm confident that they'd miss. Because it has happened
exactly
so many times.
I have to correct myself. It wasn't a lane violation. It was a foul on the loose ball. That's why Raymond Ilagan is at the line now for 2. And even he misses from the free throw line. Previously, 2 out of 2.
2 out of 2.
42-47. Bacolod still maintaining a 5-point advantage, now extending it back to 6. 7 puntos na sa laro na ito para kay Raymond Ilagan. Little bit of a zone here for Bacolod. 2-3. Mahari to Mosqueda, maneuvering through the defense. Floater is good. 6 points now in the game for the former NU Bulldog. John Bastias is in the game. First appearance. Bumunot na sa bench. Ito si Coach Alex Angeles. Jaime. Successful swipe against Craniel Viloria.
Yeah, Chito Jaime made a great swipe, but Viloria just prevented Chito Jaime from getting that ball.
Zamboanga slowly creeping back into this, Coach.
Wala pang tumitira, bumabox out na. Ayun, natamaan si Chito Jaime.
There's that swipe right there, and then Viloria pushing away ito si Chito Jaime, trying to guard him from the ball.
Oo, pati karate, napasukan na natin dito sa larong ito.
Multi-sport event we're having here in the Vitaliano Agan Coliseum.
Oo nga.
43 seconds remaining in the third. Comia passes up on the 3. There's that floater again. This time it's short. Last touch, Zamboanga. Possession will go to Bacolod. This is a very low-scoring game, Coach. We haven't reached the 50s yet, and we're winding down the third period.
Well, like I said, our free throws, we're getting points one at a time. And it was really, we called it quote-unquote ugly basketball kasi hindi naman maganda ang offensive output ng parehong team. Ang hirap na hirap sila makascore in every possession.
At their last meeting, we finished the third quarter 60-50. Zamboanga up by 10. Right now, Bacolod has the upper hand. Liu gets that jumper to go. He has sharpened that range in this season. 50-44, lead back up to 6.
Liu with 4 points. And right now, finishing this quarter, guys you wouldn't expect are doing great for their teams.
Mosqueda, that's not enough time para sa kanya. Comia, his jumper would not have counted even if it went in. And that marks the end of quarter number 3. Bacolod Bingo Plus continues to hold on to this advantage.
Oo nga, makikita natin. Ito, two-man game, low. Grimaldo to Adi Santos. Pero I need to point out, ang ganda rin ng pinapakita right now ng Zamboanga finishing off the third quarter. Pero wala doon yung Marcelino brothers. Now, we will see what adjustment will be needed to be made by the Zamboanga team as we finish off this quarter.
We'll talk more about that as we enter the final frame here, 50-44 at the end of 3. Fourth quarter now underway here at the Vitaliano Agat Coliseum at the heart of Zamboanga City. Bacolod leads the home squad, the Zamboanga Families Brand Sardines, by 6, 50-44. Quarter scoring there on your screens. Bacolod duplicating their highest output of the game in that third quarter. Viloria getting a basket right there to open up this final frame.
He was trying to create, his man kept backing off. Great jumper by Viloria.
Bacolod continues to stick with his zone. JB going to the left, that's a tough shot, but nevertheless gets the 2 points.
6 points. That was a step away.
Viloria working against Jabs Bautista, isolating, doesn't get the jumper, that's too strong. Jaime with a defensive rebound. JC, short on the finish. Mark Yee continues to grope in battle for the rebound. I hear that, right? That's a jump ball situation. And the possession will stay with Zamboanga. Tough shot right there by JV Marcelino. What a move.
Step fadeaway.
Step fadeaway.
That's what. That's the only thing I could. Step fadeaway.
Jaime, quick trigger. That's all net. What a pretty looking shot right there, galing kay Chito Jaime. That's 5 points now in the game para sa kanya. And once again, the crowd here is energized. The beats of the drums, the chants of defense from the Zamboanga faithful. Jabs Bautista will be called for the foul. You were pointing this out, Coach JB, that Jabs Bautista started out this game very well in terms of scoring, but because of the extended time on the bench has not been able to regain his rhythm.
Oh, but it's not really his fault that he was sitting on the bench. It's just that he has a lot of great teammates who did pretty well as well. That's why he had to sit and let his teammates play on.
And Coach, I'd like to ask you this. There is also another team who is very, very deep in terms of talent here in the Mpbl, and that is the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. Why do you think their lineup continues to work for them?
Well, they have more veteran players who don't need to prove anything. The respect they have is what is working well for them. They give up that ball.
While Nueva Ecija continues to dominate there in the north, Zamboanga, they want to extend their dominance here in the south.
Oo nga. And the nice thing about the Nueva Ecija team, they don't mind not having playing time.
And it is getting very, very loud here inside the venue. Main Meanwhile, we bring you this epic move of the game in partnership with OK Bet on the win. Sprained ankles, not one but two para dito kay JC Marcelino, but no problem as he finishes soaring for that layup.
Oo nga, yun ang layup na biglang napatahimik ako sa sobrang lakas ng hiyawan dito.
Now down to just a one possession ball game, 52 to 50. Tito Jaime for the lead. Too strong. JV keeps it alive. Marcelino, a lob. There's going to be a foul. That's going to go against Aaron Canuta. That's going to be foul number 3 against him. Here's what happened. JV Marcelino, not really sure what he wanted to do, but it looks to me that he tried to lob it to his twin brother, JC. Seconds on the shot clock for the green shirts. JC doesn't use the screen by Tosi. Dancinco pops out, three-pointer, doesn't go. Still no conversion from Rainbow Country galing dito kay Tosi Dancinco.
And I like that he's still looking for that shot because he had it and he took it, missed it nga lang.
He was 0 out of 2 last game against Muntinlupa. Yi looks at the clock. 5. Step back, one-hander. Wow, what a shot by Mark Yi.
One-hander fade. 8 points for Marquis.
I don't think I've ever seen that before, a one-hander on a fadeaway.
Only Marquis.
That's why he's the living legend of the Mpbl.
At maganda defense si J-Mo Egilos.
Exactly, he was all over that shot. Egilos gets it back in true veteran fashion. Second bucket of the game. 4 points para kay J-Mo. Peruta at the controls here for Bacolod. Normal gets it against Dancinco. Nothing materializing. 2 seconds on the clock. James Bautista challenging Marquis. No foul called. JC pulls up. Baseline jumper is good, and we are tied at 54 apiece.
10 points for JC Marcelino.
That's also the 11th rebound of the game para kay JC Marcelino. Now a double-double para sa kanya. Skying high. A little fake, a couple of steps, and the follow-away for the ex-PBA player JC Marcelino. Once again trying to lead his team to victory here in Game 1. Timeout called by Bacolod. We'll be back. Italiano Agan Coliseum in Zamboanga City. Take a look at the updated player matchup between Alwin Alday and JC Marcelino. Alday has 12 points in the game, 2 more than JC Marcelino, but Alday has yet to score here in the fourth period. Meanwhile, JC has been leading this comeback for Zamboanga here in the final frame.
Oo nga, JC Marcelino Pomoy. Playing great music. Oo dito sa ating basketball court. Naisingit ko pa yun.
I gotta be honest, I did not understand that reference.
Kasi Zamboanga's Got Talent. Nandito.
Okay. And they get the steal. A JC. Oh! Wow. Action is escalating to an astronomical level here in Zamboanga City. That was a golden.
That was a golden.
And by virtue of that, Zamboanga now takes the driver's seat, 56 to 54. That's, I was going to say, an obvious foul against JC Marcelino, but our referee deciding to call an offensive foul against Aaron Heruta. That's foul number 4 against the Bacolod point guard.
Well, he's trying his best to fish a foul off of JC. Or was it JV?
That was JC.
JC.
Look at that, the extension of the shoulder that forced JC na kumapit dun sa kanyang jersey. Under 5 minutes remaining here in this game. Pulsating action happening here in the final quarter. Oh my God. JC Marcelino is scintillating, scorching hot in this final frame. Cabana could not answer back. Egilos. Oh, that's going to be an unsportsmanlike foul against the big man.
Well, he was trying to ward off the Bacolod defenders, extending his elbow. Whoa!
And the Heruta took a hit on the head. Nermal was also pinned down to the ground after that. Well, actually, di naman talaga tinamaan si Nermal.
No, this is the one.
That's a second hit, actually. Yeah. That's right. I stand corrected. And Nermal.
Well, that's 2 attempts and ball possession.
And he gets the lucky bounce right there. John Nermal, there's going to be another free throw coming up for him. Can you believe that's only his 4th point of the game?
Oh, nga. Usually, this guy will have double figures by now.
Oh, we can barely hear each other right now. Same result right there para kay John Nermal. Another free throw bouncing up and in. Are down by 2 points, 58 to 56. Still an eternity of basketball to be played dito sa game 1 between Bacolod and Zamboanga. Alday gets a screen from Nermal. John pops out. Alday gives it to the left corner. Cabana gets it to go. Oh, the heave ending up in a steal by Bacolod. Zamboanga trying to rush it.
Exactly the term. They're trying to rush it, and I don't know why, because they did not have an advantage on that run.
There's still a lot of clock to be burned here. 3 minutes and 45. Alday with a fake. That's a travel.
Alday caught tippy-toeing.
Here's that 3-point shot. Pocket rocket, Jeremiah Camarag. That 3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Bacolod now back in the driver's seat because of that one. 59 to 58. Mosqueda. Oh, that pass stopped right there by Cabanag. Defense and offense. Can he do it back to back? That's a forced shot. JC with his 12th rebound of the game. They go to JV. Back to JC. That's a block by Nermal, but JV gets the putback. What a game that we're having here, Coach JV.
Well, Cabana took an ill-advised attempt at 1 against 3.
Normal, the carry. That's a tough shot once again. Yi, offensive rebound. Kabanag couldn't get it to drop. JB, this is a 2-on-2. JC, oh! The basket and one for JC Marcelino. 16 points now in this game for one of our leading MVP candidates. That's the putback there by JB. And here, the 2-on-2 situation. Marcelino twins, great synergy, that chemistry from the womb.
And this is exactly the advantage Zamboanga has. When these two brothers are in, they just outrun everybody they face. And they're taking full advantage of their quickness.
And you heard momentarily that those chants of MVP para dito kay JC Marcelino, who now has 17 points and 11 rebounds. Remember, he had a triple-double in that closeout game against Muntinlupa. 24 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 assists for the former Lyceum Pirates. 63-59, two-possession ball game. He working against Santos, drains that jumper. Let's see what happened here. Margie slightly making some space to get separation from Adi Santos, draining that jumper despite the hand in the face. 63-61, just a 2-point lead for Zamboanga. 2 minutes and 26 remaining in the game. Minutes and 26 seconds remaining in this game. You see there the Mpbl VIPs, Commissioner Kenneth Durentes among them, as well as Operations Head Emerson Oreta. Crowd here at the Vitaliano Agad Coliseum definitely enjoying the treat of a game that we've been having.
Well, Japs Bautista coming into the ball game, Chito Jaime as well for Zamboanga.
J-Mo Eguilos joins them, as well as the Marcelino twins para kay Coach Vicky Casiano. Bacolod starting this with a 2-2-1 zone press, but Zamboanga able to cross. JC attacking, pulling up. That's too long. Japs Bautista snatching the rebound from Mark Yi. Bautista puts the ball on the deck. That's a tough shot. Ilagan tries to tap it to Yi, but possession will stay with Zamboanga. 7 under 24.
Raymond Ilagan almost grabbing that ball for his team, but loses it.
We're anticipating a cardiac finish here in Zamboanga City. This has been such a joy to watch and to cover. Zamboanga and Bacolod giving us a classic showdown here in Game 1.
I guess yung mistake ko nung intro ng game na ito, matutupad na. Posibilidad.
Let's see. Oh, that's a tough pass. Still ends up with JC Marcelino. There was a tap by Ilagan, but JC continues to be converting baskets here para sa Zamboanga and extending their lead once again to 4 points.
Oh, never siya humihinto. Nakikita niya, he puts himself in that path where the ball is para makuha niya.
Ilagan, he has been hitting those jumpers in the end game para sa Bacolod. Right now, getting them to within 2 points once again, 65-63. 1 minute and 30 remaining in this game.
Bacolod, 5 guys against the world.
JC, I am starting to run out of words to describe this mercurial guard from Zamboanga.
21 points.
Alday rushing that 3-point shot. Zamboanga on the run once again. Japs Bautista will soar and finish. 10 points in the game. He may not be converting from downtown, which we usually see him do, but Japs Bautista scoring on the break. And JC Marcelino has been simply splendid in this game. Magical, fantastic. I don't know what you could say more about this guy.
Oo nga, talagang nahanap niya. But Japs Bautista finishing off there. So everything we said, second and third quarter, really is a race because JC Marcelino knows when to turn it on when he has to.
Timeout muna tayo. We'll be back after these messages. Back here inside the Mayor Vitaliano D. Agan Coliseum in Zamboanga City, where we are witnessing a classic game between the home squad, the Zamboanga Families Brand Sardines, and the Bacolod Bingo Plus, the number 1 seed in the Southern Division, going up against the upset king so far of the playoffs in Bacolod. Marquis working on Cito Jaime. Zone here by Zamboanga. One-hander by Alday is short. JV Marcelino securing possession for Zamboanga. Look at the scoring this quarter, 25-13, a +12 advantage for the Green Shirts. Jaime, oh, sorry miss. And leaves some daylight para dito sa Bacolod. 6-point lead, 38.5 seconds. What do you think will happen here, Coach?
Well, they need to score right away itong Bacolod team, no? And then play tough defense and hopefully get a turnover and score again. But it's tough to do when you've got great ball handlers in the Marcelino brothers.
Cabanag, that's a tough shot. Jason Grimaldo swatting that away. That could be the icing on the cake para dito sa Zamboanga.
Well, that's the best person to put in your interior defense. Grimaldo really known to challenge all those shots. He's got super long arms, and once he extends that, it's deceiving. You think you're far away from him, but he can reach your shot, and he has blocked so many crucial shots.
Japs Bautista will troop to the line here. Oh, but yeah, tama. Bacolod is already in the penalty, while Zamboanga with 3 team fouls to show for. against Zamboanga for unsportsmanlike behavior. And they have to be careful here. They don't want this game to slip out from them. They've done a spectacular job of getting back, fighting and crawling, getting back the lead, and once again setting themselves up for another victory.
Alam mo, Javi, coming into today's game, no, they arrived today, this morning, at Bacolod, gave Zamboanga a run for their money, and this free throw is brought to you by
Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. But that's another miss by Japs Bautista. Heruta trying to salvage some pride that Bacolod has left. But his shot will not count. 20.6 seconds, 2 free throws para kay Aaron Heruta.
I'm pretty sure when the Bacolod coaching staff watch this, they're gonna notice that they lost this game because of the mistakes and the choices they made in the dying minutes. And that's easy to come back from rather than a team totally dominating.
2 out of 2 para kay Aaron Heruta. But just to add to what you were saying, Coach, Bacolod should also notice their free throws, 16 out of 26, 5 out of 18 for Zamboanga, but they managed to get some things going for them outside of their free throws, and the Green Shirts now 2.8 seconds away from claiming victory here in game number 1.
Well, yun nga, nabanggit natin, ang free throws, laking bagay. Every point counts, and when you're given that chance, you need to make those given shots. I don't understand bakit free throw, kasi binabayaran mo ng sakit ng katawan pag pinal ka, at hindi mo naman tinothrow. So, hindi dapat free throw.
Ano ba dapat tawag?
Binayarang I don't know. I wouldn't even make
Let's continue to search for that answer, Coach. Maybe we'll give them an answer in the coming days. Marcelino, that's JV. He makes 2 out of 2. And Coach Alex Angeles will burn a timeout here with 2.8 seconds remaining in this game. But this is all but settled right now, Coach, don't you think?
Oo nga. We will meet again in Batangas City on Saturday. At napakaganda because for sure mararamdaman ng Bacolod itong pain, yung effort that they put in here, and hopefully will be favorable for them in a neutral venue.
For the last time that Bacolod was here, they won against Jensen.
Yes, they did.
Then unfortunately that wasn't the case here today, as the home squad, Zamboanga, made sure that there was no upset that was going to happen here on their home floor. Sideline throw-in, Liu will be the trigger man. Nermal trying to keep the score even closer, but that will be to no avail as Zamboanga gets a 1-0 lead in their very own best-of-3 finals versus the Bacolod Bingo Plus. Bacolod seemed to be in control during the middle part of this match after a great start by the home squad, but Zamboanga managed to get back courtesy of great team play, but highlighted by the performance of JC Marcelino.
Actually, JC Marcelino, I think, started playing in the 4th quarter. That's when he set aside the aches and the pains of his ankle and just turned the heat on against this Bacolod team.
That's right. Let's get back to that report by Mika that he is sprained in both ankles. Ito si JC Marcelino, but still managed to put on a great show for everyone here in Zamboanga City and earn Player of the Game honors. This Player of the Game is brought to you by OKBet, the official partner of the Mpbl, with OKBet own the win. 21 points, 13 rebounds, and 2 assists. for one of the leading MVP candidates dito sa Mpbl.
Truly our best player na talaga. Wala ka ng ibang masasabing mga adjectives or anything to describe him to even make him better.
Let's turn you over to Mika Abisamis, who is with JC Marcelino. Mika is not yet online, so 71-65 ang pagtatapos ng ating laro. And coach, aside from JC Marcelino, JB also stepped up, including Japs Bautista, but actually more than the twins, it was a really good team effort by everyone from Zamboanga City.
Yes, Mahari, Mosqueda, all those other people who played their roles, the big men of Zamboanga contributed by limiting the post-up presence of their experienced big men sa Bacolod. Jamo Aguilos also was able to field in some crucial baskets. Great blocks by Grimaldo. It was just a total team effort in the stretch.
It turns out the depth that we were saying could have been detrimental to their play in today's game was somewhat, hindi pala somewhat, worked for them in the end game.
It worked for them because the guys got rest and they just outran everybody. That's why nga nabanggit ko, biglang tumahimik na lang tayo because JC Marcelino woke up.
Well, we always love to be proven wrong, right? Here's the updated playoff bracket here on your screens. Earlier, Batangas City got one up over their rivals in the opposite bracket against the Rizal Central Mall Golden Coolers. And ngayon, Zamboanga gets one over Bacolod. Now, JC Marcelino is with Mika Abisamis.
Alright, let's try to do that again. I am with the best player of this ball game na si JC Marcelino. JC, grabe yung ginawa mo ngayong araw na to. Double-double ka. At mula nung sinimulan mo, ayaw mo na magpapigil kung san-san ka na namin nakikitang lumulusot.
Ayun, siguro ginawa ko lang yung best ko kasi kailangan ko magka-energy. Tsaka kumukuha akong energy para sa fans. Hindi sila sumusuko para mag-cheer para manalo kami. Yun. Kaya binibigay namin yung best namin, yung team namin para sa kanila, para sa Zamboangenyo.
Pero gusto ko rin kamustahin yung mga paa mo. Kumusta naman sila?
Oo nga, pagod na eh. Nananakit na eh. Hindi, joke lang. Pero okay lang. Worth it naman yung pagod ko eh. Dahil nakuha namin yung panalo ngayong gabi.
Meron ka ba mga gustong batiin at pasalamatan?
Ayun, binabati ko yung pamangkin namin kambal sa Olonga po, si Jeriel. Basta yun yung kambal namin. Tsaka binabati ko yung mga mahal ko sa buhay pamilya sa Olonga po, sa probinsya, doon nasama sila. Tsaka yung mga nagpapabati sa akin. Ayun, binabati ko kayo. Hindi ko na kayo kailangan isa-isahin. Basta lagi kayong nasa puso, isip ko. Tsaka yun, maraming salamat sa Zamboangenyo. Huwag kayo magsawang sumuporta sa amin, sa team namin. Tutuloy-tuloy lang namin hanggang finals.
Maraming salamat. Once again, that was a spectacular performance by JC Marcelino. And he is the player of the game, and he is brought to you by OKBet, the official partner of the Mpbl. With OKBet, own the win. Balik sa inyo, Javi, Coach JV.
Thank you so much, Mika. Congratulations once again to JC Marcelino and the rest of the Zamboanga family's brand sardines. These are the games on Friday. That's going to happen at the Inares Sports Arena in Pasig City. First game, Nueva Ecija goes up against the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. And in our main attraction, the San Juan Knights battles the home squad, the Pasig City MCW Sports, 6:30 and 9 o'clock respectively. That's going to happen in the Inares Sports Arena in Pasig City. Once again, thank you so much for joining us today here at the Vitaliana Agot Coliseum here at the heart of Zamboanga City. For my partner, Coach JB Gayoso, for our courtside reporter, Mika Abisamis, and for all the hardworking men and women of our production crew, thank you so much. This has been Javi Palanya saying good night from Zamboanga City. This has been the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.